You walk into a gas station to grab a drink or snack, but then you see it, a tiny bottle called Feel Free Classic Tonic, a blister pack of OPMS Kratom. Somewhere in front of you, or someone in front of you, grabs a liquid shot of MIT 45 Kratom extract. Let's see, there's a K shot on the shelf. It might even be a bag of Crave Kratom promising natural relief. They look like energy drinks and support, possibly wellness supplements, but they're not. They're hiding something dangerous. Kratom. Welcome to Tea Talk. I'm Danny Cade. So, what is this kratom? It comes from a tree in Southeast Asia. They use it for energy or pain relief there, but here it's turned into powders, capsules, and gummies and liquid shots. At low doses, it acts like caffeine, but at higher doses, it acts like an opiate, with effects that are very similar to morphine or even heroin. It's not approved by doctors, it's not tested for safety, and it's not regulated. That means no one checks how strong it is or what's actually inside, though a few vendors may do third-party testing. Most don't. And that's dangerous because kratom can cause addiction. People get hooked, and if they try to stop, they feel sick. It can cause all sorts of terrible problems like liver damage. Some users have ended up in the hospital needing a liver transplant. There's a lot of seizures and death that is on the rise. In fact, from 2020 to 2025, kratom has been linked to an estimated 500 plus deaths across the U.S., and that's what we know of. There's fatalities involving both multi-drug overdoses and just kratom alone. Now, the rise in death reflects growing use, lack of regulation, and increased toxicology testing. The FDA has warned people not to use certain kratom products, but they're still on the shelves. So let's talk about these products that are sold in gas stations and many stores. Feel Free Classic Tonic says it's plant-based wellness, but users report withdrawal and dependency. OPMS Kratom, especially the black liquid version, the FDA's warning is very clear. Do not consume it due to the risk of addiction. Also, there's the risk of toxicity and death. There's MIT 45 kratom extract. It's super strong. There's no rules, no safety checks, and it has the same dangers. K-shot, a tiny bottle with a big dose. The effects are dangerously unpredictable. Crave kratom powders and capsules that look natural but carry real risks. Natural is a marketing term, not a safety guarantee, and although kratom may come from a leaf, its effects on the body are potent, unpredictable, and potentially life-threatening. The strongest part of kratom contains a chemical called, I'm going to try not to mess this up, 7-hydromytadrenine, okay, or something like that. So here's the short version, 7-O, if you want to do it in 25 or syllables or less. 7-O hits the brain like morphine, and some companies are now concentrating it to make products even stronger. The FDA wants this chemical banned as it's in the same category as heroin. The DEA actually tried to classify kratom as a scheduled drug back in 2016, but backed off after public backlash, which surprises me. Since then, regulation has been left to individual states. I'm talking USA. Kratom isn't just one drug. It's a mix of over 40 active chemicals. Some act like opiates, others like stimulants or antidepressants. So that means every dose is a gamble. You don't know which alkaloids are dominant, how they're going to interact, or how your body's going to respond. And now companies are isolating and concentrating the strongest ones, like that 7-O, to make products even more powerful. It's not just risky, it's reckless. In Canada, you can buy kratom, but it's illegal to sell it for human use. In Australia, kratom is completely banned. In Thailand, kids are mixing kratom with cough syrup and soda. They call it 4x100, and nearly 1 in 10 students have tried it. Local bans are growing, though. Florida banned concentrated kratom. Ohio is pushing for a full ban. Southern California counties have already banned synthetic kratom, yet despite growing bans, kratom remains legal in most places because of a regulatory loophole. It's not classified as a controlled substance federally, so companies can sell it in gas stations and online with no age checks. Brain's going faster than the mouth. No age checks, no dosage limits, and no safety warnings. Some label it not for human consumption to avoid liability, even though they know exactly how it's going to be used. That's how kratom keeps slipping through the cracks, and that's how it keeps hurting people. These psychoactive drugs change how your brain works, and they're sold right next to gum and candy. And what's most terrifying about that is that kids can get it easily. There's no age checks, no warnings, and teens can access kratom as easily as energy drinks, and that's how their addiction starts. Unlike opiates, there's no known antidote for kratom overdose either. Narcan may not work if kratom is the only substance involved. So that means emergency responders are flying blind and users are at a greater risk of fatal outcomes. Trying to quit kratom is brutal. Withdrawal can cause things like sweating, nausea, confusion, hallucinations, depression, seizures, and even death. These products are sold as natural and plant-based, but again, that's just marketing. They're not safe, they're not clean, and they're not harmless. Some kratom products have been found contaminated with salmonella, heavy metals, and dangerous fillers. And because there's no federal oversight, users have no way of knowing what's inside. Back in 2018, a salmonella outbreak linked to kratom sickened over 199 people across 41 different states, and that risk hasn't gone away. So bottom line, if you see those products, feel free, OPMS, MIT 45, K-Shot, or Crave Kratom, stop and think. These aren't just drinks or pills. They're part of a growing problem. They promise energy and relief, but they deliver addiction, sickness, and even death. So speak up, warn others, and don't be fooled by that word natural. Again, that's a marketing tool. Kratom is killing very quietly, and it's everywhere. So that's all I have on that. I hope you join me tomorrow. I'm going to be here an hour earlier, hopefully with a better working mouth, and I'm going to talk about the story of vitamin C on my Wellness Wednesday show. I hope this has enlightened you. Thanks everyone for being here and joining me, and I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care all. Bye for now.